Hey, welcome back to the Gospel Music Training Center. This is JP, Jonathan Powell. Thanks for tuning into another video tutorial. Today we're going to be covering chords and progressions that relate to the song Yes You Can. This is a song by Marvin Sapp. It's a very simple song to play, very repetitive, and these chords and progressions you can use throughout your worship service, whether it be for transitional parts or different worship segments in your service, because the chords are very nice and very pretty. All right, so we're going to be in the key of B flat major. Let's check out the scale in the number system. So B flat is the 1, C is the 2, D is the 3, E flat is the 4, F is the 5, G is the 6, A is the 7, and then we're back at the 1, B flat. So that's our scale and number system. So the first thing that we're going to do is start off with this intro. And the chord progression for the intro is a 4, 3, 2, 3. So you're going to go from that's how it sounds, from the 4 to the 3 to the 2, then to the 1. Now, if you're wondering the sounds that I'm using, I have a number of different sounds. I have, for one, a piano with a lot of reverb on it, and then I also have a Rhodes slightly tucked underneath it, and then I also have a pad. And I'm using the contact library. I use this on most of my videos. So just depending on the song, I switch up the sounds from time to time. But I'm using the Galaxy Vintage plugin or sound library for my piano with a lot of reverb on it. And then I'm using the Rig library for that pad sound. I tweaked it a little bit. Some stuff you're going to have to adjust the release of how long the pad kind of sustains, because sometimes it can run into your chord. So you got to adjust the release of the pad. And then also just a Rhodes sound, I kind of adjusted the tremolo of that, where you get the tremolo effect, and it's very, very slight. It's very, very low. Okay, so that's the sounds that I'm using. Now back to the chord progression. We're going to start off on the 4, right? So what we're playing on the 4 is the E flat in the key of B flat. So I have E flat, G, and B flat in the left hand. And then I have D and G in the right. So this is an E flat major 7 chord. Now in between each of the chord progressions, or each of the tones that we're going to go to, hey, welcome back. This is take 2. JP here, Jonathan Powell. Thanks for tuning in. What we're going to do is go over some things that you could play if you play with a bass player. So some of the 2-hand chord voicings. This song is very simple though, so it's not going to be that much different than what we've learned in take 1, but there's going to be some small, subtle changes that you're going to find within take 2. So we're still in the key of B flat. Let's look at the number system in the scale. So B flat is the 1, C is the 2, D is the 3, E flat is the 4, F is the 5, G is the 6, A is the 7, and we're back at the 1, B flat. So if you're wondering the sounds that I have, I kind of went over them in take 1, but for the sake of review, I'm just going to do it again. All right. So what I have is a piano. I'm using the Galaxy Vintage within the Contact 5 library. So if you don't know what that is, it's by Native Instruments. It's called the Contact library, Contact 5. So I'm using the Galaxy Vintage piano. I have it tweaked with a lot of reverb. Also, I have a pad called the Rig pad it's called Absolute. It's by the Rig library for Contact. I also have a Rhodes, the Mark V, I think it's the Mark V, Rhodes, and I have that tweaked. Everything is tweaked to kind of sound similar to the piano that's on the actual record. It sounds like it's more of a Roland D50 type of dreamy type of piano, so I kind of tried to create that same type of vibe. So I have the piano with a big reverb. I have the pad to give it some ambiance. And then I also have a Rhodes very slightly tucked underneath both of those with a tremolo. I kind of tweaked the tremolo to kind of fit within the vibe. So you can do that, or if you have a piano that kind of has the vibe all together, a preset that's already made, then you can definitely go with that too as well. Okay, so for the most part, this song is simple. It starts off with the intro. I'll show this in take one. There's really no difference within this part. So we're starting on the 4. Then we go to the 3. Then to the 2. Back to the 3. So we're playing chords. We got an E flat major 7 chord, E flat G, B flat in the left hand, and then D and G. I'm repeating this just in case some of you haven't watched take 1, but it's the exact same thing as what we did in take 1. The changes won't come until the bass player comes in, then you're going to start to see different things that happen. Okay, so E flat G, B flat in the left hand, and then D and G in the right. So E flat major 7. And then in between these chord changes, you're going to play A to B flat. So bum, bum, bum. And then you're going to go to the 3, which is D. So I have D, F, and B flat in the left hand, and then C and F in the right. Then play A to B flat. So from the 4 to the 3. Then we're going to go to the 2. So on the 2, what I have is C, E flat, and G in the left hand. In the right hand, I have B flat and E flat. So